Hey everybody, welcome back. It is finally time to plant up my 2 flower beds with annuals. I've been keeping these on the deck there in a little box, hardening them off, waiting for nights to be above 10. We're finally here, and I'm going to be planting these up this morning. Let me show you what I've got, and we'll get planting. All right, in this first bed, and I've got similar plants in both beds, and kind of mimicking the color scheme. So I've got a red petunia, a little bug on me, red petunia, coral colored, it's like a yellow, red, stripy color, which kind of changes into a coral, which I think is going to look really good. White petunia, and then coral and red in the back row, and then 3 peach colored verbena in the front row on this one, which I think will go really good with the maple here, and then the 2 globes, golden globes. And then in this one, very similar, just like one less petunia in this bed. We have a red, the coral, the white, the red, and then again 3 peachy colored verbena in the front. And this one, we have the 2 hinoki cypress, a little burgundy barberry, and then the euonymus. And I'm just going to set you up and we'll get these in the ground. Okay, so the petunias are, I'm placing them 18 inches apart. They're going to spread out a little bit, and then the verbena, they don't spread out as much, but I'm placing these about 8 inches from where I'm planting the petunias, just because I want them to connect. So let's get going. Move the mulch out of the way. I've been waiting for the weather. Well, 2 things. I've been waiting for the weather to cooperate, as well as the project, our landscaping project, to be over, just because I didn't want the team here to worry about disturbing the plants or anything like that. All right, number 1. And because I've had these for like 2 weeks on the deck, the first flush of blooms that they came with has kind of, they're kind of finished, but I already see new growth there, so I'm not too worried. But at least you can see what the red flower is going to look like. And I'll put the tags up on screen so you can see what varieties I'm actually planting. And this one's going this way. And I gave them a good water last night before planting them, just so that they don't freak out over their stressful transplant exercise. All right, that's one. Keep going. And you'll notice I still don't have my kneeling pad. I don't know, I just like doing it. So here, we're going to go here. Get this out of the way. I don't know. I probably should, or I'll probably get to the point physically where I'm going to need to use a kneeling pad. Right now I don't, but the day will come, I'm sure. All right. Number 2. This one has a little bit of damage. I'll just take off what I can. This is the coral. It's called Crazy Tunia Frisky Orange. It's not really orange, it's more of a coral color, based on some of the flowers that I already saw. Just pulling off what I can see here. And there's already new growth on this one too, so I'm not too worried. But I'm glad to be finally getting them into the ground. They're going to do better there than they would in a box on my deck. They were originally in the garage, and then once temperatures got warm enough, I started leaving them out on the deck. But still, like, they're going to be much happier in the ground. Bring the mulch back. Oh, I forgot to put my gloves on. Ha! Too late now. Well, you know what? I'll put them on now. But it's all good. The white petunia has been doing really well. The other ones, not that they faded, but they kind of, their first little batch of blooms have faded, and this one has just kept going. Get the mulch out of the way. Hold on, let me make sure I'm, well, you know what? I think I'm going to put this one a little further back just to create a little bit of a curve here. Oops. I think this is going to be really nice. And I chose this color scheme just because with everything else that we've got going on in the front, with the burgundy maple, everything else is green, and my 2 annual pots, containers on my steps is all in that white, green, red color scheme. So I kind of want to stay in that pattern. Okay. And I'm excited because I'm going to be going to the garden center today to pick up some more plants. There's always more plants. Gardening never ends. Like there's always something. There's always something going on. New plants to get, to add. It's all good. So I'm excited about my little morning day trip that's planned for today. And then this one's going to go here. It's a weed. And I want to go here. Yeah, there's always something going on. But I feel like that's the beauty of gardening. It's like it's a continuous improvement project. There's always something to look at and improve. And we've been doing annuals in the front. This is the second year. The first year they did not do well. Whether or not that was the varieties we chose last year, I don't know. However, I'm debating whether just to keep doing annuals in the front here or eventually choose some form of perennial that'll come back every year. I'm not sure. I'm kind of living with annuals for now until it speaks to me and a decision arrives. I'm not too sure. I'm undecided, really. My husband is big on winter interest, so that's why we've got a lot of the evergreens in the front here. But if we put a perennial, typically they get cut down to the ground, right? Mind you, if we do annuals, there's nothing here anyway in this spot. And I was debating on whether to put in, I'm just pulling off the spent blooms here. This is the other coral one. The coral one hasn't, the flowers were spent long before. The white one never stopped. The red is half, and then the coral, or the orangey, have spent. I'm hoping that they're going to be happy in their new. Is that straight? It'll straight enough. They'll spread. Now, I'll tell you how much they spread. So this is the Super Petunia Really Red from Proven Winners. This is spacing. It just says 12-inch, maximum 24. So by placing them 18 inches apart, I feel like there will be a little bit of overlap. Just checking to see where, put this one here. So they are supposed to spread. And we'll put this here. All right. Just pull off some of these little spent blooms. I'm going to put it like that. Yeah, so if any of you have any suggestions about what I should do in the front here, whether just alternate or just do annuals every spring, summer, or if I should add some form of perennial. I'm not sure. I'm undecided, but I figured it will come in time, and that decision will make itself, as things do in the garden. After living with something for a while, things kind of just naturally show up in terms of what's going to look good. I feel like that's good. I feel like this coral one, you know what, it's okay. Once they grow, they won't even show if they're a little off. Okay, and then these ones, these are the verbena. These are going to go, do I have a tag for this? Hold on. Yes. These ones I'm planting a foot apart. Let me see their size information. So 6 inches tall, 12 to 18 inches wide. So I'm planting them about a foot apart to have that overlap. I mean, you can certainly plant them further apart. You'll just have that little gap in between, but I'm trying to make like little ribbons. So I'm planting them closer. All depends on what you want to do. Let me break this up while it's here. There it is. Yeah, this one has spent blooms too. Should I pull this off? I'm going to leave that one there. I like verbena. I find it so pretty. And they have so many different colors. And we're going to go this way. Okay, and then bring the mulch back. Two more in this bed. I like planting in this bed because it's all like soil underneath that was brought in when we built these beds. When I try planting in our native soil, holy moly, it's very rocky. It's clay and it's rocky and it's a bit of a struggle, but this is nice and easy. All right. This guy's here. Off a little leaf. This one's already starting to rebloom. Awesome. Oops. Oh, that's my little planting map. So I know what's going where. I like drawing it out on a little piece of paper first, and then laying out all the pots just to make sure that I like where I think everything is going to go, and it looks okay. All right. Bring everything back here. And we're probably going to be adding some mulch to this because this is, let me think, is this year one? Yes, we did these beds last year, so this is year one of mulch, and it's already starting to break down, which is its purpose. But we may end up freshening it up or topping it off this year. We'll see. Okay, so that's actually a little bit more than 12 inch. It's all good. And then I feel like this should go. This will go. Let me take a look at that. Those are 18 inch. This is 12. This is the center. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good here. Let me put this in another pocket. He's obviously not cooperating. There we go. Okay. This guy. Super pretty. I think this is going to look really good. Flies. Although it seems to be slowing down. We get black flies here, usually between Mother's Day and Father's Day. That's kind of the window. But they've been slowing down, thankfully. Makes working in the garden a bit of a tedious process. I usually, if I'm planning on being out here for a while, I'll put on bug spray or a net, just so that I'm not spraying myself every day. All right, that is bed number 1, you guys. Let me take a step back, see what that looks like. Let me show you, bring you along. All right, let's see. Come over here. Okay, step back a bit. I like that. That's good. And that's going to fill in, obviously, and spill over, and it should form 2 little ribbons of color. The front one will be like a little peachy color. The back one will be alternating red, coral, white, coral, red. All right. I'm going to go plant the other one. And you know what? I'll show you when it's done. Be back in a bit. All right, second bed is planted. Let's take a look at the end result. I think that's going to look really good once they fill in, obviously. And yeah, so let me show you what my pots look like. These 2 have been, not that, that's my little garbage tray. But these are looking good. There hasn't been much growth yet, just because it's only like the 3rd or 4th day that they're outside. I've been taking them in and out of the garage when the nights were getting cool, but now that should be over, and they've been living outside now for about 3-4 days. So they should start picking up and gaining some steam as soon as it gets warm. I'm excited about that. And then this is the view from the back. I'm hoping that in a few weeks, all of these annuals will flower, will mature, will start blooming, and then we'll have little waves of red and white and peachy coral in this space, which I think is going to look pretty sharp with our new path. And the maple, Japanese maple, is doing amazing. I love that tree. All right, guys, one more project done. Check.